Hello, Ray. Mug here, and we'll have another review for cards, because we don't do that often, and this is the most exciting part of the year, which I'm really looking forward to, is new cards and reviewing them. So this year I thought I'm gonna do something a bit different. Usually I wait for all the cards to be revealed. I do 3 videos and I go through all the cards. I thought this time I would change things up, and I'm gonna do 3 videos with a third of all the cards, and then one last video going through all of them, doing a sort of rating system with very little editing put into it, because I'm a lazy bastard. Alright, seems to be all going well. Alright, let's start. Got some music here. Yeah. Yes, guys, I know. Please don't kill me. I like to have it sometimes. Anyways, let's start. First card. Well, the new expansion is called the Witchwood, and I do really like the theme with Warg and all sort of crazy beasts. It looked really cool. The trailer, as usual, very awesome. And they're giving like a lot of free packs, like 20 until the expansion comes out. So like that, then you get 20 more. I don't know. I get a lot of free packs, which I'm really happy, because I'm a free-to-play player. And they're gonna do another dungeon run. Don't know what's called, but that's gonna be great. So, let's start reviewing. First card, Funky Peasant, 3 mana, 2/4 lifesteal. Each turn is in your hand, swap its attack and health. So, 3 mana, 3/3 Acolytes of Pain, never saw play. But it's a pretty decent card in Arena, and this is gonna be exactly that. Literally unplayable in Constructed, but in Arena I think it's a pretty good card. Like, if you play it early, you want to make it a 2/4, and if you're gonna play it in the late game, you want to make it a 4/2. And depending on when you draw it, you're gonna exactly know when it's gonna be a 4/2 and a 2/4. That's it's actually very exciting. It's could be having like a very basic card and give it some cool way of thinking about the game, testing your skill. Black Wool Pixie, 3 mana, 3/4. It's good stat line, Battlecry, refresh your hero power. In some decks, in some hero power decks, which might just be a meme, but I mean they do have some possibility of becoming a reality. It could make a splash in those kind of decks, but I think it's just a really solid card. And 3 mana, 3/4. It could just be blank and be good, right, in Arena. But you have that ability of refreshing your hero power, so slight decision making can do in Arena. That's great, and it might be part of a meme deck, maybe a decent deck about hero power. That could be cool. Hey, Ravencaller, 3 mana, 2/1. Battlecry, add 2 random 1-cost minions to your hand. Actually, one second. Before doing that, let me go to Wild. Where is Wild? Oh, hero. Oh, is it in the same sentence? Nope. Yeah. So for Hunter, it's just more damage. With the way the set is going, it's gonna be have like a lot of like bonuses for your hero power because new legendaries. So who knows, maybe doing something like that could be pretty cool, because there are a lot of like possibilities. Hey, random call, 3 mana, 2/1, and 2/1 random 1-cost minions to your hand. 1-cost minions are pretty good. If you look, okay, that's 1 mana, 2/2. That's flexible card. Okay, I think I can write minion. Okay, that's not how you write that word. That's still not how you write that word. Man, I'm just great at writing stuff, right? Okay, that failed horribly, whatever. So, Hunter has a lot of like 1-drops, so you get a lot of really great value. So, this card can get you a lot of really good cards that can fill your hand up if you're like running out of cards in your aggressive deck. Run out of cards, play this card, get a lot more like really well set in minions. I could definitely see it like you can add it in some decks, and because they're 1-cost minions, works with the Hunter Quest. Works. I mean, there was like some other things I thought about. Yeah, having like cheap playable cards really gives you some versatility, and it's not only being a pretty good card, so it has a chance of actually making it in some construct decks. Clockwork Automaton, 5 mana 4/4, make double damage and healing of your hero power. So there's like a Prophet Villain effect on your hero power, which the effect is great, just the body is just really weak. 5 mana 4/4. With an ability that requires you to use 2 mana. So it probably won't be playable, but again, if you're gonna run a hero power deck, in some cases it's gonna be good, and I don't think you'd be too sad to pick in arena, especially if you're like a mage, like pinging for like sure whatever, right? Has some possibilities of being useful, but probably not. Rotten Applebomb, 5 mana for 5 taunt, Defrauder, restore 4 health to your hero. So it kind of combines Slash Belcher and Anti-Heal Bot, no, and really defensive card. Even if when Slash Belcher got silent, it really sucked, right? When this gets silent, it's a bit better, still a 4/5. But it loses a lot of its defensive effect when it gets silent, so against aggressive decks, if you don't have like some B plan just in case, you're still gonna lose. But I mean, 5 mana 4/5, pretty sturdy, taunt, pretty defensive. I like the card. I actually really like it. It's probably gonna. I mean, I don't know because Nizov is gonna go to. It's gonna go to Wild, and Wild you have Slash Belcher. I don't know if you run this or Slash Belcher, but in standard for rogues, I really like this card. For a Death Rattle rogue, I really dig in this card. Hang on. Phantom Militia, 3 mana 2/4 Echo Taunt. So Echo means you can play it as many times as you want in a turn, and at the end of the turn the copy goes away. So you can play this card. If you pay 3 mana for it, you can pay it 1 time, get 2 mana 2/4. You can pay 6 mana for it and get 2 2/4 taunt, or pay 9 mana and get 3 2/4 taunt. So you choose, have a lot of flexibility, and you decide how much value you take out of this card. Baseline, this is not good enough for constructed. Just 3 mana 2/4 taunt. You can play 3 of them, I guess, but you can, like on 9 mana, you can just play Void Lord for full price and will be better than Phantom Militia, right? And early on, it's only a 3 mana 2/4 with taunt. You might as well play Stonehill Defender on 3. And because when you play this card on 3, you feel really bad about it. Unless you can cheat out with a mana like a Summoning Portal to do some crazy things with this card, or have like some crazy synergy to require this card. I really don't see it otherwise in constructed, but in arena it's gonna be a pretty good card. All the value in 1 card. Scale Worm, 4 mana 4/4 Beast. Battle cry if you're holding a dragon, gain +1 attack and rush. A 4 mana 5/4 Rush Beast in dragon decks, that's very good. It gives you removal, and its removal I can sell out as a 5/2, 5/1 maybe. And when you that in constructed, your opponent using their hero power is gonna be such a massive tempo loss to deal with it, and sometimes they even have to tank it to kill it. Yeah, I definitely think this card is really good. Don't know why people underestimate it. 4 mana 5/4 Rush, how is that bad in dragon decks? I don't know. I really like it. I know. I definitely think you fits perfect in dragon decks. Depends if there's gonna still be a thing once the rotation goes through. Right, like you're gonna lose. What cards are you gonna losing? Trachnoid Operative. You're losing Nether Spy Historian. You're going to. Wow, but I still have Cobble Skaven, Twilight Drake, Bone Drakes. You have Primordial Drake. Of course, usually Sarah and the other dragons. some maybe missing Midnight Drake, really not that missing out big ones, but yeah, I think it's good card. Next card, Witchwood Grizzly, 5 mana 3/12 taunt. That looks probably bonkers, also beast. Battlecry, lose 1 health for each card in your opponent's hand. It is clearly meant to obliterate aggressive decks that just dump their hand right away. Like getting... So, at turn 5, usually by turn 5, if it's an aggressive deck and they just vomit things, depending on how depending on how aggressive they are, they're either gonna have to 0 to 1 cards, or if they're like keeping burn 2 to 3 to a maximum of 4. Or let's say they have a lot of burn in their hands, they just have a couple of wins on the board. That's gonna be a 5 mana 3/8 taunt. That's just actually amazing, because like you just play this card and this card single-handedly is gonna deal with. It might take one of their burn cards to kill it, or they're just gonna wipe their entire board. And if they have 0 cards and have everything on the board, this like a 5 mana 3/12 or 3/11, it's just gonna make sure you're gonna stop every single crest play your opponent makes. I really love this because it's so anti-aggro. It's great. I think it has a very like big possibility of putting in control decks. Nightmare Amalgam, 3 mana 3/4, and this is everything. Has all the attacks at the same time. So finally it has all the synergies at the same time, so you can synergize with this one card multiple times, which I find really great. So you can have it in a dragon deck, so it counts as holding a dragon. When you play it on the board, you can buff it with a Murloc or with a beast thingy. This is only a 3 mana 3/4. Don't know if that's enough. 3 mana 3/4 with a tag. It does provide a lot of flexibility. Like if you're like a dragon deck but you don't have 3 drops, so this is a good fit. If you're a beast deck but you don't have 3 drops, you can put this in. I think it's a great card for Murlocs. It's a sturdy Murloc. It could in arena. It's just amazing. Not only good good stats, but a lot of like random synergy, and this get synergized with all of them is great. And it might not make the cut for constructed. Muck Hunter, 5 mana 5/8 rush. Battlecry, summon 2/1 Mucklings for your opponent. And these things are. Do I have the tokens here? Mucklings. No, I don't. Are those really weird? I mean, it's getting spirited somehow. Oh, you still get the 2 ones are those like little creepy. If you know the Witcher game, I think it's the water, that kind of creepy, like fish people, disgusting creatures. But telling that, in the worst case, 5 mana 5/4, which is horrible, right? In that case, it's just hot garbage. But in the case where you play this and it kills one of the Mucklings and use a pure power in it, it's a 7 mana 5/6, which is also horrible. So you're using resources on killing one of the Mucklings. It's bad. You're gonna most likely leave one of the Mucklings alive, and you're gonna like play the Mucklings. Maybe use mind control tech. Maybe just use a AOE spell, then finish something else with the Muck Hunter. That maybe was really beefy, and then your AOE kill the Mucklings and helped you kill this. I don't know, giving your opponents 2/1s, it's quite a lot, and it's just a removal card. No, it's not like just an arena card, but does have some fringe possibilities of, if you put it in the right deck, it could be great. Right? It could fit in a deck where it's actually pretty good. But even those kind of scenarios, I think it's probably better options. All of these cards seem to have like, alright, it's probably just an arena card, but it does have some great possibilities, right? Alright. Again, Greymane. Stop saying Gen. God damn it. 6 mana 6/5, start the game. If your deck has only even cost cards, your starting hero power costs 1. So the game is, as soon as the game starts, it applies. So your hero power costs 1. It really depends on where you put this card. but it's a 6 mana 6/5, so it's kind of really weak. The body, so it's not that weak, but not that happy to play it. But for what class is this effect very great? The first one is Shaman, 100% Shaman. You don't want to upgrade hero power for Shaman, no way. Alright, it's bad. Paladin, having a 1 mana 1/1 dude is pretty good to fill in your gap. Let me look at the classes. Yeah, Paladin, Shaman, I'm thinking. The Warrior, Priest one are okay, I guess. Why not just fill in a bit more health? Druid is kinda like Mage is kinda like meh. Warlock is I'm thinking like those two, but it's gonna be like a death building exercise to see if you can actually pull them off. But in decks where this ability does a lot, it's gonna be pretty good. I mean, fun to see what people come up with. Next card, Azalina Soul Thief, 7 mana 3/3. Replace your hand with copy of your opponent's. Okay, how? Alright, I need to move a bit faster. It's gonna be found in aggressive decks. It's like a Divine Favor, but it's more expensive than Divine Favor. Sometimes play Divine Favor on 5 or 6. You have to wait until 7 for this card. And if you have it in hand from turn 1, you're gonna have 1 card in your hand that's gonna be dead. So, it can be a Divine Favor for other aggressive decks, which they might just consider that because Divine Favor is completely broken. So yeah, it might have some merit in those decks. Like maybe you play all your aggressive cards early on, your opponent just deals with them really well, and like, well, I dealt a bit of damage, but I'm out of cards. And you get this one, and they have like 7 cards. You take that. You're like, alright, I still have like some garbage on the board. I have this 3/3. They have to clear it. Maybe use their whole entire turn. Then get all of their like value cards that they still have in hand because they had to use all their removal, and all the bad cards I had. So if you had the advantage, you can start playing their good cards. And if they don't have enough removal in their hand, which you also have, if you have the initiative on playing your opponent's cards, you might just win. So definitely has potential. Next card. Baku the Moon Eater, 9 mana 7/8 beast. Start the game. If your deck has only odd cost cards, upgrade your hero power. That's it's way worse than Gen. If you actually have to play it, it's a 9 mana 7/8 that does nothing. It's not even 10 mana, so it's 9 mana, which is worse in every way. But I think the thing you get is better, right? You get upgrade your hero power, which is a massive deal. It's just carding with Warrior, Priest, with Hunter. Maybe it just synergizes really well with a lot of things. So I think it has a higher payoff than Gen, but it's worse to play. And I don't know what if odd or even are better. I think odd, even might be better than odd. So no. It's gonna be a lot of fun to see what people come up with. Alright, Warrior. Couple of cards. Warpath, 2 mana, spell, Echo, deal 1 damage to minions. So it's a very versatile Warwing that you can either use it earlier for just 1 damage for 2 mana, which is might as well be the same thing as 1 mana deal 1, same thing. But you can play it later on. These people don't play Warwing because it does have enough value in 1 card. But people play Avenge, like 2 mana deal 1, and they would just play that because Warwing is a good card, but sometimes it just lacks value. It's kind of dead. But no, Avenge still did something more. This still does something more. It's just a really good card in a control, warrior or combo warrior, if that thing ever exists. Red Ben's Wasp, 2 mana 1/3 beast. Rush has +3 attack, well damage. This card is very unimpressive. Even if you use it with a Whirlwind effect on same turn, it's a 2 mana, deals 4 damage. Removal that doesn't go over taunts. Which 2 mana deal 4 is pretty good, but it has to be combined with another card. The point of this card is play it early, kill one of your opponent's 1 or 2 attack minions that have only 1 health, and then have a big card that they have to either use their hero power on, or they have to play something else, play a worse turn, then you can trade. In that scenario, it seems pretty good, but seems like it's just a situation that I feel like, is this worth playing? Is it worth the hassle to have it in your deck? Like even when it's like pretty good, when other cards will be better. That's how I'm looking at this card. Leisha Commander, 4 mana 2/5 rush. Although also rush, it's you attack you only attack minions. It's like charge, but only attacking minions. Okay, Leisha Commander, 4 mana 2/5 rush. Gain 3 attack this turn. Eternal, so it's a 4 mana 5/5 that turn you play it. Kill something, then you still have like a 2/2, 2/1, or 2/3 on the board. So 4 mana deal 5, and then you get a 2/3 left over. That seems just like a really good card, just a really good value card. Like, look at the Militia Commander and then a Red Bad Wasp. And like, which one would you have in the deck? Of course the Militia Commander, of course, right? Would you have the Wasp in it? Either have both of them or you have the Militia Commander. There is Crowley, 5 mana 4/4 rush. Since Warrior has a lot of rush. After this minion attacks and kills a minion, gain +2/+2. So you kill something with up to 3 attack and 4 health. So, but this comes out on turn 5. Kill one of their early game minions. Maybe kill like being control the board. You kill their last early game minion. Use your Firewall Axis, the last thing. So we have like a 6/3 on the board, and then they have to go into their like turn 5 or 6, which where they play minions that can die to a 6 attack minion, right? So play this. It's just a 2-for-1 card. It's just like a really like decent card. Like it's nothing like crazy, but just yeah. Against early game and mid range decks, it can really be a pain in the ass because can kill one of your like good early game minions, then you can kill one of your good mid range minions. If you don't kill it, it's just gonna punch you in the face. This effect triggering more than once seems kind of like a stretch, but you know, still really good. Next card, 7 mana 3/8 Black Hole Gunspire. Can't attack whenever this minion takes damage, deal 3 damage to random enemy. Of course, change with like Warpath. They deal a bunch of damage. And it's kind of like you play this card, they don't remove it. You like inner rage it. You Sudden Genesis. Then like do like Warpath, Whirlwind. Then you just have your Gunspire just like shoot like a madman. You can definitely have some really cool combo potential, but it just might be a meme, or it might find a deck where it's pretty good. You know, maybe deck defining. That's your big finisher. Next up, Warlock. We already got the 2 legends. We have a lot of legendary revealed already. It's weird. First one, Glinda Crowskin. 6 mana 3/7 minions in your hand have Echo. So you can play them multiple times. This is really good with early game with like 0 cost or 1 cost or maybe 2 cost minions, which is usually like an aggressive deck or like a mid-range deck to generate a lot of value out of like cheap minions, or you have like crazy comp of Summoning Portal and all of that jazz. So it has some pretty good combo potential, which I like, or it's just gonna be like a really good value card for like aggressive decks where you have a way of actually finishing the game. You know, with like 2 cards you can like fill the board with like minions, you can actually kill your opponent and not be like out of cards. I like it. Seems like the it's gonna be pretty good in those types of decks, either combo or aggressive. Next one, Lord Godfrey, 7 mana 4/4 battle cry, deal 2 damage to all other minions. When you die, repeat this battle cry, so it's some mega defile. And you keep a 4/4. That's just crazy. Like if it hits 1 minion, is gonna clear the board. Like on turn 7, or this comes out, your opponent is bound to have like some garbage on the board. And you can like set up with like a coil, maybe like have a 5 health minion, or like and a 4 health minion, so you Shadow Bolt the 5 health one, then you play Lord Godfrey, and then it just clears the board. Like if you can hit 2, it has a high chance of clearing the board. If you can hit 4, it's just gonna 100% clear the board. So this card is just crazy. It's like so much like board clear for Warlocks out of all the classes, right? Because they really needed it. Moving on, Shaman. Witch's Apprentice, 1 mana 0/1 Taunt, Beast, Battlecry, add a random Shaman spell to your hand. This is just like all the other ones, like 1 mana 1/1 give you a card. In some cases it's worse, in some cases it's better. 0/1 with Taunt, sometimes Taunt can be useful. It's not like the other one where you can just have those in like any aggressive deck or any controlling deck. It's more like mid-range. You can put this in an aggressive deck just because it's a 0/1, doesn't do much. Even if it gives you burst, you might try to prefer to play like an Argent Squire who can attack, right? So it doesn't have as much flexibility as the other, but it's still as good. Just having it, just a good value card in my opinion. Like Merc Spark Heal, 2 mana 2/3. If your deck has only even cost cards, deal 2 damage. Beast, of course, this card is completely bonkers. It's a way to incentivize specific one of the of King Greymane or Baku. Either one of those. It just says like Shaman should go this route, because let's be 100% honest, Shaman doesn't go the way where you upgrade your hero power. That's just garbage. So in the Greymane deck, this card is just really good. Of course, right? It's weird that they specifically make cards to incentivize a specific way of playing with the start of the game cards, but I still get like every card, every class is gonna get one. I mean, this one is clearly better for someone to go the even route, because it's literally pointless to go the odd route. For some of the classes, you can make arguments like, why are we pushing it that way? Because like now the other way is pointless, which I can see the argument. Next card, Hagatha the Witch, the only hero card in this set, which is really exciting. 8 mana, deal 3 damage to all minions, 5 armor. Usually means it's gonna kill 1 or 2 of your totems. It's annoying, but it's gonna allow you to clear the board really efficiently. You get 5 armor, which is great. Then your hero power is Bewitch, which is a passive hero power. Whenever you play a minion, you get a random Shaman card, so you can generate a lot of value. And here's everything like you add about like Fireflies into your hand, like these cheap cards that you can play early game if you need to. I think you do, because like play cards early game to defend against aggro. Then just do some things. Then you get to Hagatha. Hagatha finishes all the minions that your other crap minions. Trade it, and then you have like your small minions generate a lot of value for you. So hero cards are, don't think it has been one hero card. Let me, if I go to Frozen Throne, go to like, alright, the Druid one is played. Deathstalker is played. Oh, that's Paladin. I don't have it, but it's been played a lot. I mean, literally broke the game. It's been played, but less. It's been played. It's been played too much. It's been played. Oh, I don't have it. Right. So all the hero cards have been played and had their own decks where they were amazing in. So Hagatha's gonna be insane. It's just gonna be a really insane card in a deck that works with Hagatha. It's really exciting to get more hero cards. They're always fun. Okay, Rogue. Cheap Shot. 2 mana, Echo, deal 2 damage to a minion. This, I see no word where this is good in constructed, like 0, right? Backstab costs 0 mana, in play deck costs 0 mana, it's cheap removal and works with the Goblin dude. Can't remember his name, the Auctioneer, Guest Auctioneer. This costs 2 mana, it's bad removal. It's gonna be an okay arena card, but don't see a world where this is played in constructed. Curse, Castaway, 6 mana, 5/3, Pirate, Rush, ever draw a combo card from your deck. So it's like a Moonfire, but it's a minion. It can be better than Moonfire or worse than Moonfire. You draw a combo card, so it's a specific card, which is better than just drawing a card. You get a specific card. Combo cards are very powerful. It can be worse than Starfire, because Starfire can get spell power, but that didn't really happen. But this has the ability of sometimes survive with 1 health or 2 health, which make it really good card. So this is expensive, but it's removal and card draw, and specific card draw, and it's removal that can survive to become a threat. I think it's a pretty good card. Wanted, 4 mana, deal 3 damage to a minion. If it kills it, add a coin to your hand. So this card, like baseline, it's horrible. It's god awful. Even though the theme of this card is just amazing. When I saw it, it's like, damn, that's just such a cool card. Like its actual power level is hot shit. But it is rogue, and rogues with a coin, they do so much. Even though this card is really bad, because rogues do very well with coins, they still might play it. But this card is just so bad, they might just skip it altogether. 3 mana 2/2, Face Collector, Echo, battle card, add a random legendary minion to your hand. This card just generates a lot of value for you. We haven't really seen a rogue that can stay alive to use their value. As with the Rotten Apple Bomb, rogue is gonna have a field day, I think. I'm gonna definitely put that in my rogue decks. And Face Collector can really generate you a lot of value late game. You can like Face Collector, Face Collector, Face Collector, then you Shadow Step one of them, and you just get a crazy amount of value. If Rogue can pull off the value and not die, this card might really be good. Also 3 mana 2/2, just draw a card, play on turn 3 if you have to, isn't that bad. You play the Harpy Dingy, so I like the card. Priest, oh god. Oh my god, we have a lot to go through. Oh god, alright. Alright, Priest. Coffin Crasher, 6 mana 6/5. Definitely summon different minion from your head. This card is insane. Just play it on the board. It's a really big threat, so they have to use a big removal card on it. And then you can pull off some big death rattle. Well, okay, so you can bring up Senior Stash from your hand, which are crazy cards. Then you look here, you can bring out. You can bring out Bone. Oh, okay, I got it. Guys, I'm not stupid. Don't mind me. You can bring Obsidian Statues, Shadow Razor, Shifting Shades. All really good cards. But you're looking for a big card, so we're talking the statue. We're talking this card, which is gonna rotate out like a Violent Worm, Trashadon, Cairn, Bone Drake. No, there are lots of like really good cards you can pull out. These are more big death rattle cards in this expansion. This card is just gonna be insane. Definitely, it's just a really great card. Vivid Nightmare, 3 mana, which is a friendly minion, summon a copy of it with 1 health remaining. So this is mainly a combo card. And see, it has like, because it has 1 health remaining, you can heal it, you can do some cute things with it, right? Like, hey, you can do that. Hey, no. Like, if we have to pick it in arena, I don't think it's a bad card because you can heal out the minion, so I think it's fine there. But it's just mainly a combo card, and if you can make a combo with it, it's gonna be a combo piece, so it's gonna be a good card if you can make a combo deck with it. Got it? Cool. Later Moth, 5 mana, 5/4/4 beast. If your deck has only odd cards, double the health of your other minions. So you have to put this in an odd card, so have Baku in your deck. So how do you really pull this off? Like, this is a 5 mana 4/4, and with Stalker it's a horrible stat line. You have to have a board, you have to have at least 2 minions. So this card is very weird. Like, I don't know if it's good in an odd deck, because in an odd deck that might not be your plan, or who knows, that just might be your plan. Just get a board of like sturdy early game minions with a lot of health, then glitter moth them, make them literally unkillable, then you use like a Void Reaper and turn all of them around, just deal massive. I can definitely see that part of odd, because that card is 3 mana, so I can definitely see that working out that way. Like, Just get some good early game cards with a lot of health, get them off them, and then just kill your opponent. I can see it that way, but it's still a weird card. Camellios, 1 mana 1/1 beast. Each turn is in your hand, transform into a card your opponent is holding. One second to drink some water. God damn it! No, stop talking. Not my forte, to say the least. I really like this card, but it might just be a Shifter Zeros. Shifter Zero was run on cards which sometimes were shit. Camellias is a card from your opponent's hand, which sometimes can be literally worthless, or it can be great value, or you might just get the right card at the wrong time. Those cards never work out. They literally never work out. This card has the possibility that it might work out, or it might not, so who knows. Cool card either way. Can turn into a spell, which is really weird. Lady in the White, 6 mana 5/5, cast Inner Fire on every minion in your deck, set attack equal to health. This card is just crazy. I love it. I don't think it's a combo card, I think it's just like, hey, you have a lot of good minions in your deck, so you play Lady in the White in that deck, and they go from good minions to crazy minions. And you just use to like your good control cards that have low attack, high health, which most control decks, and you make them a threat. I think this card is crazy good. The Control Priest. Moving on, Paladin. Sound the Bell. 2 mana Echo, give a minion +1/+2. It's too expensive. Even though it has Echo, so I have a buff quest. Right, I have this deck where I have the last Kleidosaur. Because all these buffs, sometimes I get my quest, and because all the buffs and all the minions I played, I literally beat my opponent before playing Galvadon, because the deck is that great. Instead, I play all the buffs and all the things that still require Galvadon, and I play him, then I win. Sometimes, like when I play, it doesn't work out, and I still win later because all the buffs and crazy things. I would not add this card to my deck because it costs 2 mana. Like, if I play Righteous Protector, I prefer to play 1 Adaptation and 1 Divine Strength than playing Sound the Bell. The Echo is just wasted, and on 4 mana I will make sure I play Blessing of Kings. So this card, like, is just not valuable enough. If it was +2/+2 with Echo, that would be just a great card to play it. Maybe +1/+3, maybe +2/+1, make it really aggressive. But in this state, it's just not valuable enough. Rebuke, 2 mana enemy spells cost 5 more next turn. It's low tap, but low tap is just a crazy card because you play low tap with 5 mana where you have like a good board setup. You play low tap, it's a 5/5. Your opponent can't do anything, and you have another 5/5 to punch him in the face. This has like more potential, like combining with like waiting for your opponent for the right turn. You play Rebuke and you do crazy turn. Your opponent can't do anything to it. Then you set up an easy win because it only costs 2 mana. But in some cases it's just worthless. In some it's just really good. So I don't know if it's worth a card slot. Maybe 1, maybe 2, maybe 0. Who knows? Just like depending on the meta and depending on what sort of paladin you're gonna play. But I really like their putting this effect back. But when you're putting it on something with no stats, who knows. Mage. Black Cat, 3 mana 3/3 spell damage +1, bad cry if your deck has only odd cards, draw a card. So this card is actually insane. 3 mana 3/3, draw a card, spell damage +1 in an odd deck is just crazy good. So it's no point, there's no point playing even cards. Definitely play odd cards. So your Fire Blast is 2 mana, deal 2 damage, so it's great. Get a 3/3, it's just cards, just crazy. Play it. Hexcrow, 4 mana 3/3, whenever you cast a spell, summon a random to cast minion. This card is just bonkers. Pick up Fountain Prince, so has 2 more. Okay, go to this. Standard cards. So 1 2 2 2 3 2 2 2 1 1 3 2. It's just like this effect is infinitely better than spawning a 1/1. Just casting 1 spell, this card is just gonna be great. So I think this card in the Tempo Mage, where you use a bunch of cheap spells of clearing your opponent minions and setting your board, you're gonna create a massive board that's gonna win. This card is just great, insane card. Hunter, 2 mana 2/1 hunting massive beast, echo plus rush. This card is just like, but why though? Why would I play this? It has very small chance of being a playable card in Constructor when you have like the 3 mana deal 2 damage and 2 to the next 2 targets. Of course you can sink all your damage to 1 card, but if you do that, it's very poor value. 4 mana deal 4 damage, very poor for its mana cost. So I guess you can like, you have nothing better to just play the Mastiff, so you get like for 10 mana you get 5 2/1s. It has that ability right there, so I guess it has some merit to it. It's not just like don't put in Constructor, because it's not a bad card, but it doesn't just provide enough for Constructed, right? But again, it has some merit, so I guess consistent play. Dusk Haven Hunter, 3 mana 2/5 stealth. That's a pretty good stat line. Each turn in your hand, swap its attack and health. So it can be a 3 mana 5/2 with stealth. That it's a really great card. It's a really aggressive card. 3 mana 5/2 with stealth. Just because it can deal 5 damage to face uncontested, and it's still the 5/2 on the board. Or if your opponent has like plays a bunch of garbage, you can play this card and you make sure you kill their important like a Knife Juggler. Have Knife Juggler, you play this. They can't defend in any way. They can't like have like Knife Juggler plus some garbage. You can play this card and they trade with like a spell or something else on it. So I really like this card. It's pretty good. 4 mana 2/4 tax Monker whenever you play one cost. I mean, I cast 1, give it poisonous, so it turns all your shitty cards into really great cards. But it has synergy with the next card right there. The stats are very bad, but the effect is really strong. With Raven Color, you might get a lot of value out of it. You can create a very dangerous board for your opponent. Like you might just make him like cut all of his like options out of okay, words. Okay, I need to stop talking for a second. Of creating big taunts to protect himself from your minions. You can put this in like more mid-range deck. We have all your minions poisonous. You can like just kill anything. I really like it. Don't know if the stats might just be too weak for it to not work, but we'll see. Handmaster Shaw, 4 mana 3/6. Your other minions have rush. This is just great with this card. You can like play Handmaster because the stats on this card are just so good. You play it on turn 4, it's probably not gonna die. You play Taxmonger, a 1-drop. Your poisonous minions kills one of their big minions that they put in play to kill the Handmaster. They have a 2/4 with rush that can kill maybe some other things. And this card is just like it's just a good 4-drop, and hunters don't have good 4-drops. So I think this card is just like just slap it in your deck. It's gonna work out well. I really like it. Emery's 7 mana 8/8 dragon, double the attack and health of all minions in your hand. So this card has crazy combo potential and just a crazy value card, but it's a hunter and it's a 10 mana 8/8. So you playing it, it's just horrible. Playing a 10 mana 8/8 with no ability, you might just not be able to play it. But if you've been holding it that long, you can play Emirates. It creates a threat on the board, you have to kill it, because you don't want to be punched in the face. Then you have like a Leroy, you can play Leroy, faceless it, and you have a 24 damage burst with 2 cards. I can definitely see the potential of this card, but it might be a meme because it costs a lot of mana. It's also Hunter, right? But Rotten Applebaum might help out with these cards. That's me. Finally, Druid. Druid is quite interesting. First card, Witchwood Apple. Add 2 mana, add 3/2/2 treants to your hand. So it's in almost every case it's a worse force of nature. If you're thinking about pure value, yes, you can play the treants later on. You're like having a dead turn, but most time it's just a worse force of nature, and force of nature is not played, just not that great. But you get the cards in your hand, That creates a lot of synergy with like Mountain Giant and the other cards right here. So this card can have a lot of synergy, but it's the card itself is on a weaker. It's on a weaker power level, but it has great synergy potential. So if it finds the right deck, it might be great. Witching Hour, 3 mana, summon a random friendly beast that died this game. So now you play Barnes, then you get your Tyrantus, you're like, haha, they kill it, then you play Witching Hour, and then you win. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. You know? This card is just crazy in the right deck. If you find a good deck for it, this card is just amazing. I haven't looked or thought about it, but right deck, crazy. Forest Guide, 4 mana, 1/6. At the end of your turn, both players draw a card. So this is like more of like a mill card, or like a hand druid with like Witchwood Apple that they're trying to push. This card, the stats of it are just so incredibly bad. You just want to puke. One attack minion is just hot garbage. We all know that. They're just horrible. But yeah, in a mill deck it just might be amazing. But or like a hand deck, but just standalone, this card is just hot shit. Whispering Woods, 4 mana, summon a 1/1 wisp for each card in your hand. So if you play Witchwood Apple on 2, I think by turn 4 you have at least 7 cards. I think you can play another one on turn 3 maybe. I don't know about that one. But yeah, you can just play for 4 mana, you get 7 wisp. If your opponent doesn't deal with them, you can literally on turn 5 you play Savage Roar plus the what the fuck's the name of it? Power of the Wild, and that's have 7 on board plus 7 from Power of the Wild plus 12. No, what? No, not 12. Plus 16. So you literally one shot your opponent from 30 health. Yeah, that seems pretty good. This card is just crazy power level, like side, but you have to play it early, and you have to hope your opponent doesn't just kill all of them because they're 1 health. The crazy card. Next one, Gloomstack, 5 mana, 2/6 piece. Don't bad cry if your deck has only odd cost cards, K plus plus, so it's a 5 mana 4/8 piece, which is crazy. It's just so much value into 1 card. If you get silent, it does suck a lot, but yeah, in odd card cost druid, you just auto include this card because it's crazy. Anyways, that was the review. Almost 50 minutes. Good job, guys. We're just getting so good at this. Yeah, a lot of really exciting cards, really fun cards, and really interesting deck archetypes, and also cards that they might have a lot more to them than it seems. Yeah, very great. Can't wait to see the rest of them. So we reviewed 46 cards. When we get around 46 more, or like maybe 42, somewhere like along those lines, I'm gonna make another video. Anyways, till the next time, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next video. Bye bye.